I'm better than a 20-year-old for health. My blood work, my inflammation markers, my glucose levels, all of it. And I'm 54. That's not a quote from a gym rat or a Hollywood celebrity. That's Dr. David Sinclair, professor of genetics at Harvard Medical School, a man whose life's work revolves around slowing the aging process and reversing what we thought was inevitable. Look at this photo. Here he is at 44, and now at 54. You'd be forgiven for thinking the order was reversed, because not only has he aged backwards, he's done it with science, not surgery. Most people wait until they're sick before changing their lifestyle. I did the opposite. I changed my life to avoid getting sick. This is not science fiction. This is real, backed by Nobel-level research, decades of experimentation, and personal discipline. Dr. Sinclair believes aging is a disease, one we can slow, treat, and possibly reverse. And in today's video, you'll learn exactly how he did it, from the supplements he takes, to the foods he avoids like poison, to the ancient secrets of stressed plants, fasting, and making your body younger from the inside out. Because what if you're not aging too fast? What if you're just eating and living wrong? Hello, my friends. Dr. Benjamin here, your sleep and longevity expert. Before we go further, let me ask you something personal. Where are you watching this from? Drop your country or city in the comments. We love to see how far the Senior Spring family reaches. Also, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, because every week we uncover life-changing health secrets that could help you live stronger, longer, and happier. Now, back to Dr. Sinclair's powerful discovery. You don't need a gym. You don't need hours. You just need to lose your breath. That's his rule. Just 3 times a week, push your body until you can no longer hold a conversation. That's it. Why? Because this moment, when you're slightly out of breath, is when your body experiences hypoxia or low oxygen levels. And that small stress, that's a signal to your body to fight back. It triggers a cascade of powerful changes. It boosts circulation. It activates longevity genes. It helps your body repair itself faster, and it slows aging at the cellular level. It's called hormesis, the idea that what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Short bursts of stress lead to long-term resilience. And here's what's amazing. Just 10 minutes 3 times a week can reduce your risk of disease by up to 30%. No fancy equipment, no expensive memberships, just movement that leaves you breathless, like a brisk walk, dancing, biking, swimming, or even a fast-paced game of catch with your grandkids. So next time you're out of breath, don't be afraid of it. Embrace it. Because that's your longevity switch being flipped. And here's the twist. It's not about what you eat. It's about when. Dr. Sinclair's most powerful eating habit isn't about what's on your plate. It's about when you eat. He practices time-restricted feeding, compressing all his daily calories into a 6 to 8 hour window, then fasting for 16 to 18 hours. Here's why it works. 1. Deep cellular cleanup, autophagy. During extended fasting, your cells flip on a self-eating mode, clearing out damaged proteins and rebuilding stronger machinery. Think of it as a built-in housekeeper tidying up old, worn-out parts. 2. Activation of sirtuin genes. Without constant fuel from food, your body switches on the sirtuins, Dr. Sinclair's longevity genes, that defend against aging and disease. Less sugar and protein circulating means more gene activity to repair DNA and protect your cells. 3. Stable energy and mood. After about 2 to 3 weeks of sticking to this schedule, your liver masters glucose production, so you avoid blood sugar spikes and crashes. You'll feel more focused, energized, and, yes, with far less hunger pangs. Practical tips to start. Choose your window. Example, eat between 12 p.m. and 6 p.m., then fast from 6 p.m. to 12 p.m. the next day, or shift to 10 a.m. 6 p.m. if that suits your routine better. Stay hydrated. Enjoy water, herbal tea, or black coffee throughout your fasting hours to curb hunger. Ease in. Begin with a 12-hour fast, e.g., 7 p.m., 7 a.m., and add 1 hour every few days until you reach 16 to 18 hours. Listen to your body. If you feel lightheaded or dizzy, shorten the fast or add a small protein snack. Nuts or yogurt work well. By simply eating less often, Dr. Sinclair harnesses a natural switch inside your cells that can slow aging, boost immunity, and sharpen your mind. Dr. Sinclair calls them stress plants, foods that, when lightly stressed in nature, produce protective compounds called polyphenols. These molecules mimic a mild threat to your cells, flipping on defenses that slow aging. Here's what he eats each morning to flood his body with these powerful nutrients. 1. Matcha green tea. Why it works. Ultra-concentrated in EGCG, a polyphenol shown to reduce inflammation and support DNA repair. How he takes it: a heaping teaspoon whisked into hot water or blended with a splash of plant milk for a creamy latte. 2. Leafy greens, spinach, kale, Swiss chard. Why it works. Deep green pigments signal high levels of antioxidants and iron for blood health. How he takes them: a large morning smoothie or sautéed in olive oil with garlic, perfect for maximizing nutrient absorption. 3. Berries, blueberries, raspberries, blackberries. Why it works. Bright reds and purples mean abundant anthocyanins, linked to improved cognition and heart health. How he takes them: stirred into yogurt with a sprinkle of crushed nuts, or eaten fresh as a mid-morning snack. 4. Cruciferous vegetables, broccoli, Brussels sprouts. Why it works. Contains sulforaphane, a compound that boosts detoxification enzymes and supports cellular cleanup. How he takes them: lightly steamed or roasted to preserve nutrients, then tossed with lemon juice and flax seeds. 5. Olive oil, extra virgin. Why it works. Rich in oleic acid and polyphenols that activate sirtuins and support cardiovascular health. How he takes it: a drizzle over salads, vegetables, or stirred into warm grains like quinoa. Quick tip: whenever possible, choose organic, field-grown produce. Mild environmental stress, sunlight, rain, temperature swings, boosts the plant's own defense compounds, so you reap the benefits when you eat them. By centering his diet on these colorful, nutrient-dense stress foods, Dr. Sinclair ensures his cells are constantly reminded to stay resilient, repair damage, and fend off the wear and tear of aging. Up next in Section 5, we'll dive into the exact supplements Dr. Sinclair takes daily, including the powerhouse trio he credits with keeping his NAD levels youthful. Let me know when you're ready. Beyond diet and exercise, Dr. Sinclair credits 3 key supplements with maintaining his NAD levels and activating sirtuins, his molecular fountain of youth. He emphasizes he's not endorsing any brands, simply sharing what his research and self-experiments revealed. 1. Resveratrol, 1 gram daily. Source: a polyphenol found in red grapes and red wine. Benefit: mimics caloric restriction by activating sirtuins, supporting DNA repair and reducing inflammation. How he takes it: mixed into a spoonful of yogurt each morning to improve absorption. 2. Nicotinamide mononucleotide, NMN, 250 to 500 mg daily. Source: a precursor to NAD+, a vital coenzyme that declines with age. Benefit: restores cellular NAD+ levels to those seen in your 20s, enabling sirtuins and other enzymes to function optimally. How he takes it: swallowed with water alongside breakfast, or his vegan meal to maximize uptake. 3. Metformin, 500 mg daily. Source: a widely prescribed diabetes medication used off-label for longevity. Benefit: improves insulin sensitivity, reduces cancer risk, and has been linked with lower all-cause mortality in large population studies. How he takes it: under physician guidance, always consult your doctor before starting any medication. Dr. Sinclair's reminder: supplements are supplements. They're not a replacement for good diet, movement, and sleep. They work best when you've already built a strong foundation. With these 3 in his regimen, Dr. Sinclair reports blood markers that mirror his 20-year-old self: stable glucose, optimal inflammation levels, and robust mitochondrial function. While Dr. Sinclair focuses on what to include in his diet, he's equally strict about what he eliminates. These aging traps can derail your body's defenses and accelerate cellular wear and tear. 1. Refined sugar high fructose corn syrup. Why it harms: excess glucose attaches to proteins, causing glycation that stiffens tissues and accelerates aging. It also feeds inflammation and fatty liver. Healthy swap. Use stevia, monk fruit, or small amounts of fresh berries to satisfy sweetness without the damage. 2. Refined carbohydrates. White bread, pastries, sugary cereals. Why it harms? Rapid blood sugar spikes followed by crashes, trigger insulin surges, hunger pangs, and chronic inflammation. Healthy swap. Opt for sprouted grain toast, oatmeal, or quinoa porridge, whole grains that release energy steadily. 3. Excessive red processed meats. Why it harms? High levels of saturated fat and heme iron can promote oxidative stress and inflammation, increasing heart disease risk. Healthy swap. Choose legumes, tofu, or wild-caught fish rich in omega-3s for protein without the inflammatory load. 4. Pasteurized dairy, milk, cheese, ice cream. Why it harms? Heat processing can alter proteins, and some studies link dairy to increased mTOR activity, a pathway that speeds up cellular aging when overactivated. Healthy swap. Try unsweetened almond, oat, or pea milk and naturally cultured plant-based yogurts. 5. Alcohol, especially high-sugar cocktails, beer. Why it harms? Daily alcohol intake disrupts sleep, spikes inflammation, and burdens your liver's detox pathways. Healthy swap. If you can't give it up, stick to a glass of dry red wine, Pinot Noir preferred for its high resveratrol content, and limit to 1 to 2 times per week. 6. Ultra-processed foods, packaged snacks. Why it harms? Often loaded with additives, trans fats, and hidden sugars, these products undermine gut health and provoke systemic inflammation. Healthy swap. Keep whole fruits, nuts, and vegetable sticks on hand for easy, nutrient-rich snacking. Pro tip: read ingredient labels. If you can't pronounce most of the ingredients, it's probably best left on the shelf. By removing these common culprits, you clear the path for your body's natural repair systems to thrive, reducing inflammation, stabilizing blood sugar, and dialing down the molecular wear and tear of aging. Dr. Sinclair doesn't rely on how he feels alone. He measures his physiological age with regular blood tests and advanced panels. Here's how he knows his body's younger. 1. Epigenetic clocks. What it is. DNA methylation tests, like Horvath's clock, that analyze chemical tags on your genome to estimate biological age. Dr. Sinclair's result. After a year of his regimen, his epigenetic age dropped by several years, signaling cells that behave like those in a younger person. 2. NAD+ levels. What it is. Quantifying the coenzyme NAD+ in blood, which fuels sirtuins and mitochondrial function. Dr. Sinclair's result. His NAD+ levels rose to those typical of someone in their 20s, confirming the effectiveness of NMN supplementation. 3. Inflammatory markers, CRP, IL-6. What it is, C-reactive protein and interleukin-6 indicate systemic inflammation. Dr. Sinclair's result, levels consistently below risk thresholds comparable to healthy adults decades younger. 4. Metabolic health, glucose, HbA1c, lipid panel. What it is, fasting glucose, long-term blood sugar, HbA1c, and cholesterol triglyceride ratios. Dr. Sinclair's result, optimal glucose control and lipid profiles, reducing risk factors for diabetes and cardiovascular disease. 5. Telomere length, optional. What it is. Telomeres are protective chromosome caps that shorten with age. Dr. Sinclair's note. Though more variable, his tests show slower telomere attrition compared to population averages. By tracking these metrics, Dr. Sinclair transforms anecdote into evidence, proving that targeted lifestyle changes can rewind your biological clock. Your turn. Consider working with a medical professional to get baseline tests. Then repeat every 6-12 months to see your own age curve bend in the right direction. Quality rest and stress control are the unsung heroes of any longevity plan. Dr. Sinclair prioritizes both to ensure his body can repair and recover optimally. Here's how. 1. Consistent sleep schedule. Why it matters. Regular bedtimes align your circadian rhythm, which governs hormone release, cellular repair, and metabolic health. Dr. Sinclair's routine, Lights out by 10 p.m., rise by 6 a.m., even on weekends, to maintain rhythm. 2. Pre-bed wind-down ritual. Why it matters. Reducing blue light and mental stimulation signals your body to produce melatonin naturally. Dr. Sinclair's ritual. Dim lights and avoid screens 60 minutes before bed. Enjoy a cup of chamomile tea or decaf herbal infusion. Practice deep breathing or 5 to 10 minutes of gentle stretching to release tension. 3. Mindfulness and meditation. Why it matters. Chronic stress spikes cortisol, which accelerates cellular aging and inflammation. Dr. Sinclair's practice. 10 minutes of guided meditation each morning, focusing on gratitude and body awareness. Use apps or simple breathing techniques. Inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 4, exhale for 6. 4. Cold exposure, optional. Why it matters. Brief, cold showers or ice baths activate stress response pathways, improving resilience and mitochondrial function. Dr. Sinclair's tip. End your warm shower with 30-60 seconds of cold water. Over weeks, gradually extend the cold period as comfort increases. 5. Social connection. Why it matters. Strong relationships support mental health, reduce loneliness, and lower inflammatory markers. Dr. Sinclair's suggestion. Schedule weekly catch-ups with friends or family. Engage in community activities, volunteering, book clubs, or gentle group exercise. Beyond the daily basics, Dr. Sinclair layers in advanced stressors to supercharge cellular defenses. These targeted, hormetic tools mimic mild threats, so your body adapts by becoming stronger. 1. Sauna sessions. Why it works. Heat stress raises your core temperature, boosting heat shock proteins that repair misfolded proteins and protect against neurodegeneration. Protocol. Sit in a 75-90 degree C sauna for 15 to 20 minutes, 2 to 3 times per week. Cool off afterward with a lukewarm shower to stabilize. 2. Cold plunges or ice baths. Why it works. Acute cold triggers norepinephrine release, improving mood, reducing inflammation, and enhancing mitochondrial efficiency. Protocol. Submerge in 10 to 15 degree C water for 2 to 5 minutes immediately after exercise or sauna. Breathe deeply. This controlled stress primes your cells for resilience. 3. Red near-infrared light therapy. Why it works. Specific wavelengths penetrate skin to stimulate mitochondrial cytochrome C oxidase, increasing ATP production and accelerating tissue repair. Protocol. Use a clinically approved red light panel, 600-900 nanometers, for 5 to 10 minutes every other day. Target major muscle groups or injury sites for localized recovery. You've seen Dr. Sinclair's decade-spanning transformation backed by science, and now it's time to craft your own plan. Here's how to translate these principles into your daily life. 1. Assess your starting point. Get basic lab work. Fasting glucose, lipid panel, CRP, and, if possible, an epigenetic age test. Note your current routines for eating, exercise, sleep, and stress. 2. Build the core 4 pillars movement. Pick an activity you enjoy, brisk walking, swimming, dancing, and aim to lose your breath for 10 minutes, 3x per week. Feeding window. Choose a 6 to 8 hour eating window, begin with a 12-hour fast and extend gradually. Stress foods. Fill half your plate with colorful stress plants, matcha, leafy greens, berries, cruciferous veggies, and use extra virgin olive oil liberally. Sleep stress. Fix a consistent sleep schedule. Wind down screen-free for 60 minutes before bed. Practice daily 5 to 10 minutes of meditation or breathing. 3. Layer in advanced tools. Optional. Sauna or steam sessions, 2-3x weekly. Cold plunges or contrast showers after workouts. Red light therapy for 5 to 10 minutes on major muscle groups. 4. Consider supplement support. If cleared by your physician, you might explore resveratrol, NMN, and, under medical supervision, metformin to support NAD+ and sirtuins. 5. Track, iterate, retest key biomarkers every 6 to 12 months. Adjust your diet window, exercise intensity, and supplements based on progress and how you feel. Longevity isn't a single magic bullet. It's the cumulative effect of small, science-backed habits practiced consistently. By integrating Dr. Sinclair's strategies into your life, tailored to your preferences and health status, you'll be well on your way to slowing aging, boosting vitality, and enjoying your best years yet. Thank you for watching. Here's to living stronger longer and making every year count.